Okay, did we get it? I have been working so hard. Thank you, chat. Your constant your constant chanting and faith in my existence and belief in my power has gotten us this far, and hopefully it will get us further yet still. This is amazing, you did it! Good work, chat! You're doing the thing. You're doing the Agnes thing. Pressing X at a crystal until it turns bright colored. Congratulations, chat. You fixed it. You saved the stream. It's important. No, your time of strife is over. We're all right now. Your belief in me has granted you a fraction of my power. Oh no, aquarium staff is looking at me like I've said something very strange. That's not really a thing I can do. Definitely isn't. I'm totally normal octopus over here. Yep, totally normal. But we did it! Victory! Hi, Hooji! Victory! And all it took was a completely fresh install of OBS. Ah, yes, where were we? We were here. We were examining things here, and thankfully this game has an autosave feature. A miracle! We love that for it. A toast to the octopi! Welcome back, Sir B. What if stream never even happened? It was very close, but you all believed in me. I eated it. Amazing.
I would not have expected one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I am appalled.
This clue's been added to the thinking panel. A ruby ring. 2 shillings, 3 pence. You guys will see this ruby ring come up a lot. Keep an eye on who has these ruby rings.
Reading of the last will and testament of Sebastian Cloudsley, September 7th, 1786. 4 inheritors, all present.
Albert and Mary Cloudsley are dead. Those are the crosses by their names. Beatrix Batley and Sebastian Cloudsley are also dead. Those are their names. Albert's children are Rose and Edmund. And Willard Wright is just not even related. Peter Batley is related to Beatrix Batley, who was married to Sebastian Cloudsley.
Aphorisms by Sebastian Cloudsley. How to be happy. Eat a hearty meal every day and do not waste your time on trivialities. How to avoid being upset. Strive for that which holds meaning and do not shrink from responsibility. How to be inspired. Take a walk in your forest and breathe the fresh air.
I love how it doesn't say the but your, because he owns that.
How to avoid being scared. Feeling scared is weakness. Be strong instead.
Thanks, Zote! A horsey.
50 pounds.
Oh no. And no place or show either. This horse didn't even place.
There, Peter Batley. We sent you frequent reminders concerning the settlement of your debt, and yet to date the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we will be forced to take the matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255. Blackguard and buck loans.
Nuh-uh, I want to be scared. I don't want to be strong. Fair enough. Alright, have fun with dinner. Hope it's good. I had pierogies. We couldn't have water because of the boil water. I mean, we could. Willard Wright, Rose Kubert. We met so rarely after you left for colonies. Therefore, I bequeath to you my savings, land, and Blackfield Manor House.
Come home, establish... Oh, a museum of my life and accomplishments. Okay. I see what we're doing. That's for... I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere politics. Therefore, I bequeath to you the notes from the research I have undertaken on astronomy. I grant you leave to finish and publish under both our names. My late sister, your mother, disclosed your financial troubles to me long ago, and I resolved to help you. I bequeath to you a compilation of my aphorisms to provide direction in your life which you so clearly lack. Wow! Shoot! I bequeath to you the golden idol of Xenopolis. You will know what to do with it. I, Sebastian Cloudsley of Blackfield County, being in bodily health and of sound and disposing mind and memory, nominate and appoint Nicholas Maker as the executor of my last will and testament. Dear Brother Edmund.
Oh, I see. We're putting these together. That's Edmund. Edmund Cloudsley, because he's the one with the political speech stirring. Oh, sorry about Agile. I'm glad we're back on track, though, everybody. We hydrate as chat demands.
Body break.
And a big stretch. Oh, wait, I actually have to do that part. A big stretch. Okay, and, 1, we'll do shoulder presses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It's been a very busy day. I had to do a lot of walking because one of the things that happens is that the buses forget how to do things, and I am 4 centimeters tall. I don't mind the temperature, but I mind that I have to walk so many far to get places. I would normally get on a bus. It's a very busy job. That's true. Free from Agile already. Oh no. Okay, after you left for the colonies, that's got to be Rose Kubert. That's Peter Batsley. Where's your name? Peter. Batley. This is Willard Wright. The only other person here. Oh, let's put names in places. That's Edmund. I recognize his silly face. He just seems like the kind of guy. Cloudsley. That's Rose Kubert. She had all those things from India with her. Rose Kubert. These are the pair twins. One of them's a little on fire. I think that one was Adam and that one was James from their knives. This must therefore be Willard Wright because he's got the thing. This is Nicholas Maker. He is a lawyer. That's Peter Batley, I think, because he's the one holding the stub. What in the blazes? Yeah, that's him. And this will be David Gorin, shouldn't he be? Because he's doing up the horse. I'm so good at this! Shouldn't James's last name be Peach? Ah, yes, as in James and the Giant. Okay, let's start here. This is the easiest part to fill in because it's the will. Sebastian Cloudsley's the guy that's dead. Suddenly, James Pear died from spontaneous combustion. I don't actually know if it was James or... Let me just scoot outside. Yeah, it was James. James is a little on fire here. Upset. Yeah, okay. This is our boy Peter. Peter Batley was upset to receive aphorisms in Sebastian Cloudsley's will and ordered... probably the idol. Oh, I bet the Pear twins, Adam and James Pear. In order, Adam Pear and James Pear take the idol from Willard. What was his name? Willard Wright. Yeah, we're so good at this!
Peter Batley, encumbered by his gambling debts, had placed high hopes on his uncle's testament. Upon discovering he had inherited nothing but a book of aphorisms, he tore up the will and ordered his servants to take the golden statue from the stranger Willard. Suddenly, one of his servants burst into flames.
Whoa, monster reborn be upon ye! That's what'll happen. It's true. Now we're going gambling. The murder at the Little Mermaid. This man is not breathing. It's almost like he has extra holes that don't belong. A ring with a ruby. A walking cane. These are things that are placed here for us, but they're things that he physically has on him. In case you're curious about why you can see a cane, and also there's a cane like floating around out there. A washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water.
Dear proud beast master, I have attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10th. I hope it will reach you without delay. Already it is midnight. I will retire to bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken, proud beast initiate.
To my dear Maurice. The watch is ticking. Dee-doo-dee-doo. Revenge, RR, is written in blood on the wall. That's a dandelion. A trapdoor in the ceiling. Dandelion, dandelion. That one's so pretty. Oh, I had to get the word Maurice off that. Okay. Shards of glass lie in the mud. Alarm! Alarm! A break-in! A watchman's alarm rattle. Watchman number 2, Henry Parker. A watchman's lantern. A watchman's spear. People should say retire to bed more. They should! The door will not open. A trap door in the ceiling. A trap door in the ceiling. The door does not open. Those are forget-me-nots. An empty bed, not warm. Oh, why does that bugger have to give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read?
You can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place, down at the docks.
An old rusty half of shears. A piece of stale bread. He can't read. His name must be Jared, 19. And he never heckin' learned how to read. Wanted, Robert Redruth, escaped convict. Reward £58. He looks like if he shaved Leshy. Like, do you guys see it? Yeah. I know. He looks like if he could read, he would be an excellent DM. Where'd that blasted boy go? I really need a piece. A large kitchen knife. A partially peeled lemon. A ring of various keys.
Dear Oscar Boynton, it has come to our attention that the good owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels, and you are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me.
Dandelion Room, Willard Wright. Forget-me-not Room, Ash Blair. At the Little Mermaid Inn, Amazing Evans musical performance. It's a violin. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear to me again. A violin. A Navia folding blade. A key. A lot of knives in this world. Which makes sense. This is the olden days. Well, tell me, what does that man have that I lack? 7 pence, a key, a hand of cards, and a small sword. There should be more daggers, you're right.
Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman. He bought me a drink and then retired upstairs.
A handful of cards. 2, Annie. You're beautiful like a rose. For you I will take any blows. Annie, you're like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in a mine if that makes you forever mine. Your Piglet, full of love. A stiletto blade. 2 shillings and 4 pence.
Just deal the next one. It's all luck anyway.
Oops. 3 shillings, 2 pence.
Remember, you as an agent of our trading company have to reflect its values to the fullest. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless.
I have 2 days that I consider mine. February 14th and September 9th. Fair enough. There should be more daggers. Side note, I want a dagger. No sharp objects. But dagger. Just have claws like me. Does sharp teeth work? Yes. Jolly good show. A hand of cards. A key. A dagger. Wait, that man's got a dagger. Right there. This clue has been added to the thinking panel, where we have to suss out whose is whose. Tab, Green, Breege, Blair. Now, I know full well that Ash Blair is our last one here. I know his name is Ash Blair because it's silly, because it's the name of the tobacco, because it's not his real name. You saw that man earlier. That's John, and therefore that's Annie. Green and Breege. And we can suss out the rest. Maurice Evans. That's got to be Willard Wright, because he's upstairs, currently dead. Why did it fill Willard in there? It should be filling in Annie. She's talking about Willard when she says, "Ha ha! What? A dagger! Now give it to me!" What you got there? Multiple daggers! No! A knife! Annie's been doing really well at cards, side note. Do you see her scores? She's doing so well. I think. I don't know what card game they're playing, but like generally speaking in card games, positive score is what you want. Like this looks like they're playing a round of hearts or something. I will say, Willard Wright, amazing at cards. I need to rewatch Heckin' Amphibia. I loved Amphibia. I was thinking about the scene from the Lego Ninjago movie with the sharks. I don't know anything about Ninjago. Oh yeah, John Boyne. Amphibia is great. Oh hey, Oscar played in there. Oh, it's Oscar Boyton and John Breege. There we go. All the card players are sorted. Now, let's give these guys their names. This is Robert Redruth. Upstairs and dead is Willard Wright. Being the only woman present, this is Annie Green. This fella is John Breege. That's Oscar Boyton. This will be Ash Blair. This would ought to be Maurice Evans then, the fiddle player. Oh, and this is our watchman, Henry something. I think it's Parker. We did it! I believe it. Listen, there's a reason that I put the Bionicle meme that I put in there. The Bionicle meme that I put in there. Yes, Henry Green and John Green, aka Hank Green and John Green, of course. You're hilarious, it's true. That word is trapdoor. Oh, good question. This is Willard Wright. He do be the one that's dead. Suppose this do be Willard Wright again. Willard Wright's room. Through the trapdoor. Oh yeah, Ash Blair, because they're the only ones staying up there. Ash Blair got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor while everyone else was playing cards with loud music. A fight ensued upstairs and Willard Wright was stabbed with whatever Ash Blair is carrying, which was, I think, a dagger. This would be Annie, John, and Oscar? Where's my names? Breege. And Annie Green. I am so good at this! No, Willard Wright just sent it was just sent to the graveyard. Yeah, exactly.
A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trap door to steal something important. But when he opened the music box, it woke Willard up and a fight ensued. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. There we are. Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago.
Oi, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off!
Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while.
That's a whole crown.
Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago.
Oi, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off!
Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while.
No, I'm trying to play the next one. There we are. The intoxicating dinner party. Almost like you've played this before. Nope, don't know what you're talking about, chat. We've never played this game before a day in our lives. And we certainly didn't get all the way through the dinner party before we stopped. A syringe with some liquid left in it. Well, these sure are all fine coats.
Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back. David. An expensive cigar. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I'm certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Mary, here's something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. 1788, March 5th.
He's doing his best. Not the worst artist.
A box of cigars.
Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Dark Hand.
Monkey Man 2, tooth for tooth.
I'm glad the Pear Brothers Monkey Man took off.
A small bottle filled with amber liquid. A key. A couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. A key blank. A sealed pot labeled print paint.
Down with the parasites! Too long they have feasted on our blood and sweat. Look at him! He's very lordly, you can tell because his hair is so tall. A stack of candles.
Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary. After all these years I have loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. Hortius, the wise slave. Fables of rote rulers that make you think.
Ooh, I hope you got some maintenance rewards.
Just booted up Cookie Run Kingdom. Apparently there's a patch.
Patch notes. Removed every single cookie Val likes. They would never remove Shadow Milk. He's a cash cow. Yeah.
£1, 2 shillings. An ink pot. We know whose room that is. The door is locked. A key blank and a key. A set of lockpicks. Ash Blair, finest tobacco. A tobacco pouch labeled Ash Blair, finest tobacco. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact.
A pistol. A dagger. Fun fact, David Gorin is Ash Blair.
The door is locked.
Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. A simple key.
Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share good news. There's no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will no longer be a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord Steward be over our poor souls.
Well, thank you, dear, but I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature any more.
I do hope our master's guests are satisfied, and that Brian served everything as instructed. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish.
A key.
A small simple key. He's such a cash cow, he even made me spend a few bucks on the game. Look, I spent money on White Lily. I'll do the same for Shadow Milk.
Listen, we have been over this. If the game makes you feel like you want to spend money on it, don't. I mean, you can if you want, but, like, you don't have to.
To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. An ornament engraved with the words, to Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Mrs. Smith, 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You are responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker, I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. N.B. David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this.
E.C. That's Edmund Cloudsley. Little heart lock.
A full and sealed bottle with amber liquid labeled brandy. Full and sealed bottles with red liquid labeled wine.
I hope they sure are. 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, a basket of potatoes, a sack of fleur, a pair of opaque bottles labeled water, a big piece of meat, cut vegetables. The door to the outside, not locked.
Yoink.
A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty.
Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances.
4 shillings and a penny.
I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. And Mademoiselle, the laceless count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania.
A knife. Three shillings and 2 pence. A stack of candles. Star Child by Raulo Cthulhu. That almost sounds like a relative of mine. An ink pot.
Remember to take the 4th one from every row.
Oh, yeah. The door's locked. The door's locked.
Platonello, Ideal Republic. Visions of a utopia with order and structure. Secret codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this simple example. Money as denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool.
See, money has changed hands. A heckin' map of Morrowind. It's really cool. Ooh, I love a heckin' map of Morrowind. Is that what we... You have a guidebook to Morrowind? Like a physical guidebook? This is delightful. Do you know what I'm using? Do you know what I'm using any Christmas and Twitch money on? Do you know what I'm using it on? It's going to be hilarious. I'm using it on Switch 2. We're going to have Switch 2. My plan is to, if it's pre-orderable, I plan to pre-orderable it. And then maybe make it happen day 1. I'm going to try. Chat, you'll have to all bear with me. I'm doing my very best to make sure it happens. How would that conversation even go? Hey, yeah, I found your number in the Morrowind guidebook. What's up? Some random person's phone number? I love that. I would call it. I would do it. I would call it from like a random phone and be like, hi. I found your number in a Morrowind guidebook. You good? 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back going, doo-doo-doo. The number that you have reached has been disconnected. Or you could text it. Texting it's always fun. You don't have to. Sometimes random numbers are just random numbers.
Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system.
2 sealed bottles of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. A sealed bottle labeled opium. That was all the rage in the 1700s. So much so that the tea wars existed. Well, rather the opium wars. But that was mostly over tea.
Mrs. Baker, starting date 1787, August 1st. Position housemaid, yearly wage £9.
For the year? Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's Manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Cubert. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you are having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father Lothair. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Cubert.
Well, well, Edmund. You seemed pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges.
The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you'll pay for the sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final vanguard. Dear uncle, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is small change to you, and I am desperately in need of it at present. Truly yours, Peter Batley. Wow!
Edmund Cloudsley, once more you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Brotherhood of Masks.
Look, it's a hand. A dark hand, if you will. Hey, it's the Golden Idol. Three 10 poles prepared. You want Burning Spice or Wind Archer, eh? Burning Spice! Burning Spice! Burning Spice! And the murder scene. The lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. Rings with various gemstones. £4. A fan.
Oh, my lord, this has nothing to do with me. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better.
1 shilling. A heart key. A rectangle key. A simple small key. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I will slip you a shilling, Peter. He did do that. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot! £2. A pack of cards. A fork. An opaque bottle labeled water. A roast. A salad bowl. A half-filled carafe of amber liquid labeled brandy. A half-full bottle of red liquid labeled wine. An almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons. That's lemonade. A half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic.
Oh, she does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting.
£4 and a shilling.
It's poison. Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away.
Look at him. He's getting on in years. Oh, and you can tell we've moved through the centuries because the outfits have updated. An embroidered handkerchief. A heart key. A rectangle key. This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. That's all she has. A salad, untouched. A full glass of cloudy liquid, untouched. And a partially empty glass of clear liquid. A partially empty glass of cloudy liquid. A partially empty glass of red liquid.
A partially eaten salad. A partially eaten piece of roast. A partially eaten salad. A partially empty glass of red liquid. A partially smoked cigar. A partially empty glass of red liquid. A partially empty glass of amber. A partially eaten piece of roast. A partially eaten salad. And a partially empty glass of yellow liquid. Now we get to suss out who sat where. We already know that Edmund... Or wait, no, we'll start with What's-Her-Face's dad. This had ought to be her, too, because there's no alcohol and there's no meat. So this had ought to be What's-Her-Face. This is Lorther. Rose. This'll be Edmund then, I think. Because he was told to take Peptic before he ate and not upset his stomach with alcohol. This must be Rose. Wait, it's not Rose Richards, it's Mary Richards. It's Rose Kubert. Mary Richards. It's Rose Kubert. Where'd I put her last name at? Kubert. This one's Peter. Gotta be Peter. Yeah! I'm sorry that you suffer. Now let's see where the servantry lives. We know that Pip lives in here because that little boy steals. This is little Pip's house. Longest serving member of the staff is Brian What's-His-Face. This is Ada, I think. No, this is David Gorin. Right here. Because he had the gun and stuff. That means... I actually need to go look at their arrangements again. Oh, Ada lives up top. Right, she's newest. So then this will be Lucia. I don't remember their last names. Lucia Smith. I didn't look at the others. Brian Walker. And Ada Baker? It'll tell me. Yay! Okay. One more thing I need to check. We're going to take the fourth one from every row. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. Yeah, it makes a sentence. Oh, it's about as thick as Hyrule Historia? That makes sense. Morrowind is huge. I remember Morrowind. I didn't play enough of it. I should have played more. It was heckin' crispy, but I liked it. Cloudsley. Honestly, at this point, I'm legitimately starting to recognize them by the way that they look. Like, that is Edmund still. And Peter's still Peter. Walker. Ada Baker. Lucia Smith. This'll be Lothar. That's Rose. She's dead. This is Mary, and both of them are Richards. Oh, I'm so good at this. Somebody wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. Do we think maybe this is just Dark Hand? Oh, the Dark Hand must be one word somewhere then. Yeah, Dark Hand Steward. Therefore,
That's peptic tonic. Tonic. Hid the necessary key, and that's the bag hanging outside. This is Ada Baker. At the dinner party, Rose instead drank it and died. Let's go!
Ada Baker received in code instructions from Darkhand Steward to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely in the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the medicine cabinet key. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison.
Oh, it's chilly and the water doesn't work right now, so I'm sad a little bit. I like the chill, but I don't like water doesn't work. I don't know if you guys know this, but I live in the water. The explosive events in the forest cabin. Burkham Workhouse is written on the cart.
Henchman for hire in Timberbrook region. Billy Cracker, Oakwood Gang brawler, robber, Hardy Abe. Burkham Workhouse brawler has a cart. Little Billy, Hobbs Gang burglar, enters through chimneys. Jack Nails, Timberbrook Inn burglar, picklock. A box of confectionery.
Hats! Pictures of hats!
That horse. That horse looks like it should say, I want to steal.
Oh, things are exciting in here.
This clue has been added to the thinking panel. This man is breathing, but appears to have lost consciousness.
Hey, that's Ash Blair, a.k.a. David Gorin.
I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better.
Also, have y'all read the City of Ember books? Oh! City of Ember is the one where everybody lives underground, and then teen protagonists are like, but what if we didn't have to do that? Perhaps there is an outside that is safe to be in. Yeah! Yeah, I'm so good at remembering these things. I don't remember much of it, and what I do remember of it gets very confused with The Maze Runner. A book I was reading at approximately the same time as I was reading the what movie? Never heard of it. It's not, we can't be hurt by something that doesn't exist. Why would you suggest that they would make a movie of it when they were making all the like theater schlock like Netflix garbage movies of YA novels because the Hunger Games got really popular? Why would you suggest that they would make a City of Ember movie? It's not real and it can't hurt us. Even if it was real, no one would watch it because it would be terrible. I had that problem with The Maze Runner, actually. I almost had that problem with the Divergent series where I was like, no one would talk about the movie. It's not real and it can't hurt us. But they had the courage with the Divergent series to go exactly as off the rails in the third movie as the Divergent series goes. I need to read more books, TBH, but it's hard for me to get into them. I can't explain why. Did you know that there's 4 City of Ember books? I knew there were more. I haven't read all of them, and it's been a long time since I've read the first one. Just like there's more books in The Giver than The Giver in that series of books. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I think there's 3. Borrowed Blue, I think, is the next one. And then there's one more after that. The Giver's weird. Though I do think the original book stands alone quite well. Also, A Wrinkle in Time is actually a sequel to a different book. It really is. I know, right? Oh yeah, we were hitting guy over the head. 5 shillings, 3 pence. One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I'll arrange a cart to move the corpse if you send me directions. And be quick before they bury him. I don't want to dig up that stiff. A key. A loaded pistol. A scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Why did they put a scarecrow in there? Ah,
Boy, the gods, what was that? A Wrinkle in Time had a good movie, and I will stand by this. I didn't like the Wrinkle in Time movie. I thought it was not as faithful as it perhaps could have been to the source material, in a way that I did not care for. Like, it's one of those things where the changes they made weren't actually that like, they didn't make huge changes, but they made enough changes. Oh yeah, if you've never read the book, the movie's great. Like, it's good fun. It's a lot of, like, cool stuff. If you ever read the book, you'll understand my problems. My problems with the Wrinkle in Time movie are the same problems I have with, or very similar problems I have with the changes they made in Les Mis, where they changed, like, one or two words here and there, but it changes something so fundamental that I can't. That I'm just like, no, this is unacceptable. I also don't think they delved as well into what the problem is. So in A Wrinkle in Time, they go to this planet that's completely messed up. It's just an absolute ruin of a place. And the problem in that place is that, like, the kids get to see so much of it. They get to see so much of it, and so much of it is so messed up. Like, it's all the same kind of... It's true that it's all the same kind of messed up, but that's the point. That planet that they go to is just completely perfectly uniform in a way that I don't think the movie communicated. And, like, there's a scene in the book where there's a kid... where, like, all the kids in all the identical houses march out of their house, stand at the end of the driveway, and identically bounce a ball up and down in perfect rhythm. Except for one. And that one kid is immediately dragged back inside, and you don't know what happens to them. You never see what happens to them. But you know something did. You know something does. And, like, the whole point of A Wrinkle in Time is that perfectly controlled order might seem safe, but it isn't. And it's not good. A Wrinkle in Time, A Wrinkle in Time wants you to know that the safety that fascism promises isn't real. And it is more dangerous than what you could do without it. That's what the book is about. And the movie doesn't communicate that very well, because it doesn't want to. The movie wants to be a feel-good story of... The movie wants to be a feel-good story of... Wait, Wings of Fire? Is that the bats? Is that the one about the bats? Like Guardians of Gould, but with bats? Or am I thinking of a different thing? Warrior Cats, but with dragons. I'm thinking of a different thing. I'm probably thinking of Graceland Bitterblue and some other stuff. I'm thinking of something else. But it is just Warrior Cats, but with dragons. I love that. See, you can tell the kind of person I became from what I was reading when I was very small. Animorphs. Why does that sound familiar? Wings of Fire or the one with the bats? I don't remember the name of the one with the bats. Mint would know. Cats with Dragons. Yes. I don't know. Wait. There was a book I read a long time ago. It wasn't warrior cats. It was about magical cats that protected a world tree. I don't remember that very well. But anyway, the important part is I grew up on Animorphs. And you can see the person I am from those books.
And then I read a lot of YA survival type stories. Journey to Feyre. They're so heckin' weird. They're like Christian, but like not, and God is practically a main character. I love that. I loved the Narnia books for the same reason, where I'm like, oh, you know what else I loved? His Dark Materials. You guys would know those as the Golden Compass, the Subtle Knife, and the Amber Spyglass. If you've ever read them. If you haven't, then you probably only know the Golden Compass, which is called the Northern Lights, because that's what it's about. It's not about the alethiometer. I'm glad you're enjoying Percy Jackson. That's Pijo, right? That's how we're abbreviating Percy Jackson. Oh, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I get it. I'm glad you're liking it. I came to that one later too. Mint really liked it. And I was like, dang, this is actually really good. I believe in you. Oh, no, that's not that weird. Fiction's like that all the time. They call the lion Aslan the whole time throughout Narnia. And they're like, but in your world I have another name. And you're like, okay. Welcome back, Sir B. We're talking about books from our youths. And I am dating myself because my youths were Animorphs. Animorphs, Narnia, Lord of the Rings. They don't even tease it, though. Oh, they're just like, yeah, lol. Amazing. I definitely wasn't questioning buying Astro just to use Diary with him. Hilarious. Goosebumps! Goosebumps, my beloved! Oh! Do you remember the Bruce Colville books? Like the ones with all the short stories in? Because I remember those so strongly. And sometimes I feel like nobody else remembers. Yeah, well, there were fantasy ones too, but the horror ones are the ones I'm thinking of. There were a bunch of short stories in them, and they were actually half decent. I still can't forget Silver for the Moon, which may or may not have been the name of that story. It's about a little kid, and there's a break-in, and his parents are murdered, and the moon offers him a deal. Like, he's so distraught and messed up that the moon offers him a deal, and the moon is like, all right, you want your parents back? And the kid's like, yeah, I want my parents back. And the moon's like, well, somebody has to die. A life for a life. And the kid's like, okay, so the killer. And the kid is like, but yeah. And then the moon's like, but your parents are two people. You need one more life. And then it cuts to his sister drawing pictures with lots and lots of red for the brick of their house, for the blood, for the blood from her brother being like the murderer and her brother dying, and always silver for the moon. Scary stories to tell in the dark. We love scary stories to tell in the dark. I actually liked the movie for that one. I don't know how to explain, because I know a lot of people were like, I don't know about that. But like, I think it nailed the vibe. And Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is about the vibe. The whole vibe. Oh boy, gambling. I hope the gambling went well. I have never even heard of the Mysterious Benedict Society, which is weird, because I've heard of a lot of, like, YA and stuff like that, and it sounds like something that'd be up my alley. Like, I loved A Series of Unfortunate Events, for instance. Oh, both the Bailey School kids and the Waverly School something? The Bailey School kids were all just like, my teacher's a vampire or whatever. But the Waverly School kids, maybe I don't remember it very well. It started with a W. I remember a student who was a raincoat, which was 40 rats inside. Oh, sorry, a dead rat inside when they peeled off all the raincoats. A Series of Unfortunate Events is amazing. The TV series does really well, too. Wayside! Yes! The Wayside School books. I knew I was... Waverly's a place here. And I remember the school being built up and not out. So I was like, oh yeah, of course, Waverly, because it waves back and forth in the wind and it creaks and stuff. There's a floor 29 that isn't real. All right, we hydrate. It's chat demands. We're doing it. The Boxcar Kids was another one. I didn't read too much of it, but like that was fun. Oh, you know what might be, I remember Wizards of Waverly Place. I never watched it, but I remember the ads for it. Do you know what? Yeah, the Boxcar Kids. I remember a series that was in an adjacent category to Nancy Drew called it was Trixie Belden. She wasn't even a detective. She just like stumbled into mysteries and solved them. And I wish I could find those books again because I used to have a bunch of them and I really liked them. And I think I'd still really like them. Ooh, the Mysterious Benedict Society, the first book at least, has like 4 really smart children go onto an island and it's a school, but also there's a mystery. Ah, yes, we love a mystery. I assumed there was a mystery. I don't know why Benedict made me think there would be a mystery, but that sounds like a mysteryman name. Also, the word mysterious, I suppose. Mysterious societies should bespeak to me that there is a mystery. The Mysteriums. Of course. Right, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were playing this. Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber, Walter Keene, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the southern road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, then left. This is already the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman, who is, as his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat in the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Keene has been increased to £100. That's a lot of money. Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of this cabin. Mr. David Gorin, you are in charge of all my security and arms. Mrs. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it is presented to me. Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Edmund Cloudsley. Go, Coin, go! Rrrr, that dog's eyes don't point in the same direction. That must mean he's adorable, like Powell. Also in the book, the main bad guy is in a wheelchair, but he's not in the TV show. They said they didn't want to play into the disabled villain trope. You know the worst part? In the book, he was faking being disabled. Oh my gosh! They could have kept it. They could have kept the... We don't want to play into the disabled villain trope. You're not! When they're faking it like that. Okay. So I gotta get derailed here for all of you because I love doing this. Let me tell you a thing. It's an important thing. I can't tell you the exact wording of the rule because it was written in the 50s and by golly, it was really, really racist then. But that was kind of the point of the rule. When you're writing a fair mystery, there are a number of things that you want to avoid. One of them is, how to put it in modern terms for modern sensibilities. I know. No people from an acceptable target group. Or more, you shouldn't include people from an acceptable target group. And by that I mean you shouldn't include people from a group that everyone already perceives as villainous. So, if you're going to write a fair mystery, you shouldn't put into it... Oh, I know. In the 1950s, what you would do is... well, there's 2 or 3 different things that you could put in there. But in the 1950s, you might put, like, a Russian guy. with communist sentiments. The problem with that is that either he really is the villain or he's a red herring and there's nothing else he can be. So like in the modern day, what you do if you want to play on that trope and you want to like really mess people up is you play around with that rule in particular. Normally the rule is we don't, you know, play into that, ooh, the villain had his legs broken, so now he's terrible and mean and wants everyone to suffer because he suffered. Instead of playing into that, you'd be like, oh, he was faking it the whole time. He is the villain, but he was faking it for sympathy or something. Or like you go from there. Or he was faking it just so that you'd think he was a feeble old man. You saw that. You guys saw that in the Edgeworth game where we had Mr. Sorry, Ambassador, I mean Mr. Yeah. After we make ad oh, sorry. I will tell you all my opinions on waffles versus pancake when the ad break is over. I'm sorry, Sir B. I will tell you when it's over. We hydrate as chat demands. Haha, one ad. I'm uncageable. Unjailable. Become ungovernable. I'm ungovernable. Aquarium staff has said so multiple times. They have also called me incorrigible. Let's see. They have called me ungovernable, incorrigible, the most frustrating and yet most fascinating scientific specimen that the world has ever seen. They have called me, that weird little creature over there. Which I like. I am a weird little creature over there, that's true. They have called me, will you stop wiggling? Which wasn't something they were calling me, but more a demand. They have called me cute, which I appreciate. And they have called me many other things. I can't remember all of them right now, but there's a lot of them. Oh yeah, we were doing something. Look, a hat! Ah! A sword! A wrapped piece of confectionery. A ring with a ruby. A loaded pistol. There's an explosion happening here. That bolt's sawn in half. That bolt's sawn in half. A club!
I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday, in the Timberbrook Inn, and bring all your tools. You'll get your share as we agreed. WK.
Fairy asked a question. You did! You were caged by the ads, and I don't know if you're back yet, but I believe you. Also, neat fact about the Mysterious Benedict Society, the titular Benedict, he's old, is actually the twin of the main villain. Amazing! I love when that happens. Anyway, waffles v pancakes. It depends. So here's the thing. Waffles are delicious, and pancakes are delicious, and welcome back, everybody. You guys know the drill. If you want to support the channel, you can do that with Twitch subs. You can do that directly with coffee. You can do what you want. Or you can just vibe to the ads for a little bit. Any of those things helps. Bear with me a second. Waffles v pancakes. It depends on what you're eating. Pancakes are good and quick and easy because they're literally just flour, water, pour it in a pan, put stuff on it. You can make them fancy, but, like, that's what they are. Flour, water, put it in a pan. Done. You did it. Waffles are a more complicated recipe, which means that they can come out very differently. I really like chicken and waffles, because secretly in my heart of hearts, Southern food is delicious, despite the fact that I am not from the American South. Also in my heart of hearts, if I eat any more than a couple of servings of southern food in a month, I'll die because I'll just heart attack. Chicken and waffles is great. Yeah, biscuits and gravy. I also learned what hush puppies were, and I like those too. We make a lot of cool things here too. They're not, I don't know if they're as exciting for people. We make doughboys. Doughboys are great. Okay, so here's what I need you to imagine. I think maybe some places call these dumplings, but we call them doughboys because that's what they are. So you take flour and water and usually a little bit the things that you would use to make bread. A little bit of salt. You might put yeast, you don't have to. You can leaven them in a different, you can leaven them with baking powder too. And you take and knead that so that it's nice and tight. And instead of cooking it like in a sensible thing like the oven, you get little like, slightly smaller than a fist sized. My fist, not your fist. Wait, my fist is bigger than me, but smaller than a human fist. A little. They're about bun sized. And what you do with that ball of dough is you bring your stew up to a boil and you put the ball of dough on top. You put a bunch of them on top, and then you put the cover on, and then you wait. And then when your stew is done, you also have doughboys. And they're really good. You just kind of like cut them with your fork or whatever, and you eat them. Your bread is just cooked in the stew. They're stew flavored on the outside and bread flavored on the inside. And I'm given to understand that some people call that dumplings, but that's not what it is. It's doughboys. Sometimes, if you're feeling fancy, you shape them like boys. But they work best when they're just a ball. Well, like a loosely formed ball. Poutine with sausage gravy. Oh, now I want that. Oh, do you know what I had yesterday? I didn't give you guys a picture, but we had pork loin chops, and we covered it in steak spice and Old Bay seasoning and a bit of powdered garlic, and we fried it in the frying pan until all the spices got right crispy and salted and stuff, and it was still tender and not dry. And then we had potatoes and roasted broccoli with salts and other spices, and it was great. And also gravy. So much gravy. Oh my gosh, I'll put gravy on everything. The meat didn't need it, but I put it. I'm not a big meat eater. I like chicken occasionally, though. That's fair. An obligate carnivore. I'm not an obligate carnivore. I am an octopus. We eat whatever's there. An obligate, if it's food, we eat it. We'll eat practically anything. Scientists have called me, that wretched thing, the cat from heck, their words, demon, fluffy, a beast, weird. Humans seem to like calling things random names. That's true! They have so many adjectives for me. Oh yes, a set of lockpicks, a saw, and a loaded pistol. Ah! That's nails, I should think, on account of the nails tattooed to his hand. A small weight is tied to a pulled-down lever at the back of the idol. Oh, it was a trap. A rotten apple and a green apple. Hey, you know that chin. That chin belongs to Edmund Cloudsley. He's bald. He's an old man.
This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol, both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake.
That's decrease. That's the symbol for decrease. Yeah.
Attempted with this input, and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously, still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel.
Oh, here we are. Decreased. Air. We'll come back.
Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. However, a great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea. First step, get the gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at an empty vessel to retrieve it. This is gold. Unknown effect 14. If the implications of this are what I surmise, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to some more advanced organic matter. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body for further experiments. This is vitally urgent. I wasn't looking, but I remember that this is matter. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting. The speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger, and how long I have performed decrease before it. Freezing! Observation. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded the glass, and shards flew everywhere. That's heat. Oh, increased and heat. I'm so good at this. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If it is red, it is ready for increase input, and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform decrease input, and it will turn red afterwards. I love that this is worded almost like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I've been called peculiar multiple times. Am I peculiar? Precocious, perhaps? Precocious, perhaps. Peculiar, perhaps. Perchance. But, like, listen to it. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on a target it can see. And I'm like, that's just a Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't just say perchance. I can. I did. Oh, he's a pistol. A pistol loaded. Oh, a shard of a vase. I think we have everything we need to solve this. This exploding man has nails. This is Walter Keane. Let's start there. That is obviously Walter Keane. He's got a funny hat. And we know Edmund Cloudsley. Because how do we not know Edmund Cloudsley? And we know Little Pip. Little Pip and Lucia Smith. And I think it was Jack Nails. And the other one is Hardy Abe, because he's got a... Wait, no, he isn't. He's got to be Billy Cracker, because he had a cart. Wait, no, I need to go back outside. No, it is Hardy Abe. I was right the first time. He has a cart. This one is David Gorin. So David Gorin. And this one is Golden Doubloon. That's the dog. We did it. You can't just say perchance. I can. Corpse. This is Edmund Cloudsley. Needed a corpse. Walter Keane, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Upon entering... Clubbed. David Gorin is the one who got clubbed over the head. Decreased the amount of air. Oh, it might be heat.
Either way, in a sealed vase. Oh, Edmund. This is Edmund again. He set a trap. When Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room, the vase exploded. We'll go with Hardy Abe. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Oh. Is this heat then? Okay, that slot is incorrect. Right? Or at least there's another slot that's Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Walter Keane, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin upon entering. Hardy Abe suddenly clubbed David Gorin. Is it Nails Jack then? No, it was Jack Nails. Increased? We did it! Oh, right. Because the light's blue now, so it means the increase has happened. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. Upon entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants, and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol that killed 2 of the intruders. Well then, Sir Coroner, the bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? Well, I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund Cloudsley, got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died, bless his soul. Oh, something terrible happened to Edmund. But does that coffin make noises when it rains? I expect it sings the song of its people. That's what I would do. Sometimes when it rains, I like to sing the song of my people and hope that staff will let me outside. Because I like the rain, and I would like more of it. The strange practices of a secretive society. Tracks! Okay. More tracks! The tattoo depicts a hand and an eye. A loaded pistol. A coil of rope. To David Gorin for reliable service from EC. David, the gathering will be on March 14th. To follow our plan, we should be there at least 2 hours before midnight. The target will arrive in full costume. Grab rope and weapons. Ash Blair, finest tobacco. Aw, it didn't tell me. It didn't give me the option to interact with it so that it could tell me Ash Blair, it's a tobacco pouch that says Ash Blair, finest tobacco. A shabby formal coat. A dagger. A hat! A loaded pistol. Many hats. A clean new coat. A sword. I love how they just stashed it there with Bud. More footy tracks. In we go. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. Dark hands, proud beast, water snakes. The brothers wear masks appropriate to their house. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. Master, steward, and initiate. January 5th, 1789. Masters, I ventured on the Order's mission to reclaim our fire-breathing relic and, with great resolve, punish the despicable enemy. I, with a few brave companions, fearlessly entered his hideout in a remote hunting cabin. But the devil had prepared a treacherous trap, and an explosion slaughtered my dearest friends as we entered his study. Thanks to my sturdy physique, I survived the blast, only to be assaulted by the enemy's lackey, assassin warrior David Gorin, and a pack of bloodthirsty hounds.
After an hour of fight, I received numerous deadly wounds, in spite of which I prevailed and defeated my assailants with my martial training. I discovered the enemy's dead body, slain by the trap of his own making, but no trace of the relic. I am forced to go into hiding because the government's watchmen are tracking me. Once I have recovered from my deadly wounds and shaken off the watchmen, I will send you the next report. May the Griffin awaken. Walter Keene.
I don't think that's what happened, Walter.
Masters, I must apologize 1,000 times for my absence, but my road to recovery was full of peril and valor that cannot be sufficiently conveyed in writing. The government dogs and spies chased me tirelessly, and I was forced to seek refuge in Aquitania to recover from my still dire wounds. There I finally bested my pursuers with the help of Lazarus Hurst, a young resourceful gentleman whom I met in a remote manor one dark winter's night. Not only did he earn my trust by stepping into the fray against the villains, but he turned out to be well versed in the arcane arts. Of course, not yet close to your skills. I have finally recovered and plan to return to Albion. I suggest that Lazarus would be a fine addition to the order. I vouch for him, and I will invite him to undergo the appropriate trial. May the Griffin awaken. Walter Keene.
Ooh, January 16th. He's been gone for like 6 months.
Illuminated Masters, I object to the admittance of the individual Lazarus Hurst to our brethren. I submit that our dark-haired brother Walter Keene, who vouches for him, cannot be trusted, because he is a liar and a thief. I am certain that, on dispatching our enemy, he kept the golden fire-breathing iron relic for himself. Nothing will move me on this. He must produce the relic, apologize personally to me, and afterwards be expelled from our brotherhood. Sir Geoffrey Sinclair.
I love how they're all using their real names. Appreciate that. Oh, that's a house. That's a don't starve. That's a fish in a house. Don't wear your winter coat in the sun. Wear your winter coat in the winter.
Prepare to receive what you have earned.
Ooh, February 10th. It's been like 7 months.
Brother, a member of our order has proposed a new candidate to join our brotherhood. Our brother's trustworthiness, however, has been challenged. Therefore, we have decided to take measures to resolve the fate of these individuals. If the brother proves himself, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he will join our ranks. You are summoned to join our gathering on March 14th and fulfill your role in the rites of the Brotherhood. Council of Masters.
That's an eye. That's a lion. A ruby ring on his finger. A ruby ring in his pocket.
I have signaled to Griffin who I am. I accept my fate, whatever it may be.
Monkey! Inception. You must endure the tests of snail, fire, water, tree, administered by Proud Beast Steward. You must endure the tests of tree, fire, time, water, administered by Dark Hand Steward or Master. Transition is test of time by these guys, by the Water Snake Master, and admission is these guys by the by any master. Monkey. Oh, he's dead. A ruby ring. The man in the mask is not breathing. Thank you. The game is very good about showing people moving who should be moving, and showing people dead who should be dead. Does this just... yeah, okay. The Griffin has spoken. A ceremonial scepter. And a ruby ring. You guys have been keeping track of these ruby rings, right? A ruby ring. A ceremonial sword.
Let us await the results from the chamber down below.
The Griffin has spoken. A silver tankard with some red wine in it. A ruby ring. 2 cups on a stone altar. They contain some wine but are almost empty. That's a really good stone altar if that's how it's carved. The Griffin has spoken. A ruby ring. Fier, you should look in the media channel. Very well, I will look in the media channel. Why am I looking in the media channel? I'm concerned. Lego minifig. Oh, whoa! Is that? It is! It is! You guys ever wanted to go to Morrowind? What have you done? It's perfect. I need I need that one in the one Momo made with the mouth open and smiling. I love it. Hang on a minute. For those of you that don't know what's going on. For those of you that don't know what's going on, you should check the Discord. It's super funny. You can't make me bald because I don't have hair. So instead you have to do funny edits like putting a mouth where a mouth doesn't belong. If I can find the one that Momo made of me with the mouth open, I'll use those for April Fools. We'll have just like the human mouth glued on the front. Actually, I have a funnier thing. For April Fools. I told you guys before, but I'm gonna be a potato in the shape of the letter V, and I'm gonna call myself a VTuber. The eyes are actually just the eye emoji. I love it. It's perfect. The Griffin has spoken. A tray with a small vial of unknown substance. It's got a skull on the top, so I think it might be poison. A ruby ring. Also, it's got a green drop on it. And if I know anything about skulls and green drops, it means poison. Done when an accuser has challenged a defender. Both drinkers must be barefoot. The substance is added depending on the severity of the accusation, including deadly poison. Add substance to one of the cups. Defender chooses first. Accuser chooses the remaining. Both partake in the wine cups. The Ritual of Squabble. Only initiates can be defender and accuser. The sword must be borne by any dark hand. Required decorations for the Hall are the Grim Reaper, the Never-Tiring Teacher, and the Feeder of Mouths. The Ritual of Conflict. The accuser must deeply hate the defender. The sword must be borne by any initiate. The required decorations are these things. And the Ritual of Dispute. Only stewards or higher rank can be defender and accuser. The scepter must be borne by Water Snake Master. These are the required decorations. Oh, the Keeper of Treasures, the Never-Tiring Teacher, and the Grim Reaper. Ah! I'll show you guys what those are in a second. Ritual of Discord. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brother. The scepter must be borne by Darkhand Master. Required decorations for the hall are those things. Okay. So here's the Grim Reaper. That one's obvious. This is the Never-Tiring Teacher. It is a book. And this is the Keeper of Treasures. Because it's a key. Alright, now we gotta glue these things together. This is a water snake. I think this guy is a proud beast. And this boy is a dark hand. Let's go make sure, though, because I know that downstairs... Yes, that's a proud beast. Ritual of Inception. This is Lazarus Hearst. It has to be. And this is a proud beast something. Steward? Steward! That means that this coat is a steward's coat. And I do believe this is initiate and this is master because it's a water snake master upstairs. Okay. Now, oh, we're identifying these guys. Well, the dead guy's Jeffrey Sinclair, almost certainly. I feel like he did not do a good job. This is a water snake master. This is a proud beast master. This is a water snake initiate. I love how they like playing D&D, but for reals. I also think you'd be a delightful Christmas tree. I have such confusion. Oh, the ritual of dispute? I think it's dispute. Anyway, that's what's-his-face. This is David Gorin. He stole an outfit. And that's Walter Keane in there, I think. Oh, we did it. Oh, pff, it's just this guy. That's a Dark Hand Initiate. You can see he's got the eye and the hand. He's baby's first. Challenged. Dispute ritual. This is Walter Keane. No, Walter Keane was challenged to a dispute ritual. He with David Gorin ambushed a Dark Hand Initiate. This is David Gorin posing as a Dark Hand Initiate. Signaled to Walter Keane. That's got to be poison. Which cup had no poison with a, I don't know, he's holding the tankard, right? He's holding the thing that holds the wine. Drank. Jeffrey Sinclair. Poor guy. Drank the other cup and died. Meanwhile, the Inception ritual to become a Proud Beast Initiate. That'll be Lazarus Hurst. We're so good at this! You have much confusion? Fawful, is that you? I don't know who that is. Savvy compared themselves to a Christmas tree for reasons, and then they said I'd also be a delightful Christmas tree because I called them a delightful Christmas tree. Adorable! You guys were doing the Keanu Reeves thing. You're amazing. No, you're amazing. Yeah. I like that he's just like a good guy. Like IRL, he's just a good dude. And I appreciate that. May we never find out anything terrible about this man. Okay. Now chat. And YouTube. Oh! Fawful from Mario and Luigi. Oh, I like that. Chat and also YouTube if you're here. I have terrible news for you. We have reached the end of what I did last week. I know you all knew. I know none of you believed me when I said I'd never played this game before. The crowning celebration by the lighthouse. I have terrible news for you. I am a lying liar face. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. That's part of a cane. The man is not breathing and has severe wound at the back of his head. His arm appears to be broken. A ruby ring! Oh no, I done been bagged! Ah! A ruby ring.
Water Snake Master, lately I have experienced disturbing dreams and I feel cursed. Are you the source of this with your magic? Desist immediately and know that, when pushed, my rage is absolute. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. In my many voyages, I have learned the dark arts too. If need be, I will summon 1,000 invisible demons to crush your bones. Proud Beast Master. Dear friend, it is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors at the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, I recommend you stop obsessing over it. It will only unbalance your humors. Let us discuss alternatives at the next party at Kensington Palace.
That man is a water snake master. Both his legs appear to be broken. All of him is broken. Footy tracks. A set of heavy wooden oars. 5 strange-looking masks. That's a boat tethered there. And some shoes. Some buckled shoes. Wait. Square-tipped shoes. Square-tipped shoes!
That was an actual miracle. Unbelievable. So there is a Griffin reborn.
A stamp. It's the Seven Seas Trading Company. A ruby ring, or whatever it's called. He got little spurs on his feeties.
Kneel before Griffin reborn and make ready. I will lead you brothers to a great many changes.
A ruby ring. This is Lazarus Hurst. You guys remember him? Miracle preparation. After the decrease air input, aim at the sky, press the lever to maximum position, and hold for at least 10 seconds. At this point, the idol should be full enough to perform the miracle once. Miracle hypothesis. The water works better, but the effect is not as convincing. Therefore, increase air. The main challenge is ensuring my balance when holding on to the idol. Patience is paramount. Safety notice. Don't do that.
And thus Griffin Reborn revealed himself to his brothers by demonstrating a true miracle.
A ruby ring. A silver crown with gems. No, I'm trying to look at your feeties. Them feeties. Wait. Nope. What about them feeties? Oh, pointy toes. Here, I brought back your staff, O Griffin Reborn. A golden snuff box filled with opium powder. I don't think you need opium powder, sir. Hats! That's Walter Keane. A ruby ring. Hey, the idol's in there.
Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I was right.
Being an honest soul, I have no choice but to comply with your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus into our brotherhood.
Oh, wait, never mind. This is Walter Keane.
Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly. Being an honest soul, I have no choice but to comply with your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus into our brotherhood, but he has not shared all his secrets with me. Luckily, I had an opportunity to see him practicing this miracle. He has a magical artifact hidden in his cane. When performing the miracle, he input the following glyphs. Increase air. He then presses a small lever on the handle of the cane, and it grants him the power to demonstrate the miracle. I have no doubt that the staff will work just as well in your hands as his. Darkhand Stewart.
Oh, it's the idol. The golden idol is enclosed within the handle of an ornamental cane. Neato.
What an honor to experience such a historical event!
A ruby ring.
Dear Water Snake Brothermaker, as a director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I do not assess work applications. Please go through the official channels so my staff can evaluate your credentials as an attorney. Darkhand Master, JT.
That's Nicholas Maker.
Protocol of an attempt to demonstrate a miracle. Location, the lighthouse on Gull Islet near the Horn of Codhead. Time, noon. Present, Lord Angus McBain, Lord Alistair Koch, Dr. James Turner, Sir Walter Keane, Mr. Lazarus Hurst. In charge of the notes, Mr. Nicholas Maker.
It's a clock. It's 1:25 on this clock. Wait. No, it isn't. What's going on with this clock? Wait, yes it is. That 8 doesn't... That 7 isn't real. That 7 is supposed to be a 12. Okay. His shoesies. Rules. Griffin rebirth. Good night, Catoid. Get some rest.
The one who claims to be Griffin Reborn must perform a miracle. If someone repeats the miracle, it is proven that it was not a miracle, but mere magic. The claimant is punished with death. If no one can repeat the miracle, the masks fall, and the claimant is crowned as Griffin Reborn. In 1725, the first Dark-Hand Lord Harrington demonstrated flying. He jumped off a cliff to his death. In 1756, the proud Beastmaster Lord Pledsley performed a seance, talking to the spirits. Lord Angus MacBain repeated the miracle, proving him unworthy. In 1764, Dark-Hand Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of a homunculus. Lord Angus MacBain produced a homunculus as well. In 1771, proud Beastmaster Lord White carried out the hypnosis of a servant. Lord Angus MacBain hypnotized the same man as well. Awkward. Oh, Griffin Rebirth. The door is locked from the inside. By guarding the lighthouse, you guard the Empire. General Alistair Koch. A trapdoor that connects the staircase to the top of the lighthouse. Not locked. Okay. The chronological order of people who had their magic relic in their hands. This is Alistair MacBain. This is Lazarus Hurst. And it is currently in the hands of Walter Keane. No? Huh. I don't know. Well, anyway, Alistair MacBain. MacBain blackmailed Walter Keane to find out how Lazarus Hurst would perform the miracle of flying? There's a word I need here. Griffin? I don't know. Let's name some of these guys. This is Angus MacBain. Or this is... Oh, maybe it's not. Anyway, this is Walter Keane. That's Lazarus Hurst. This is Nicholas Maker. This guy is the Seven Seas guy. Give me a sec. Ah! Nope. Nope. Who else has a letter? There we go. Oh, Angus MacBain is the dead guy. Alistair Koch is the general, right? Yeah. You had another letter. No, someone had it. No, not you.
You have a lot of letters. Oh, Dark Hand Master. But I don't have anybody's outfits. Ah! Wait, no. I do... I don't need anybody's outfits. Mm. Wait, does this mean this is Alistair Koch? And then this will be James Turner? Yeah, we're so good at this. Perishes of being eepy. Don't perish of being eepy. Two or fewer slots are in. Oh, Angus. I just put his name in wrong. I had it right. The miracle of what? Oh, no, I'm silly. It's the thing I did. I put his name in wrong. It's Angus. There we go. I kept calling him Alistair, that's why. Okay, we can solve this. Flying. Griffin Reborn. Oh my golly gee. I know, right? Jumped from the lighthouse using the idol. Yeah, Lazarus Hurst jumped from the lighthouse using the idol to demonstrate the miracle of flying and became Griffin Reborn. Angus
McBain!
Hit. Jumped from the lighthouse afterwards. This resulted in Angus McBain's death from a head wound. Or just falling real good. Oh, I like that! It didn't occur to me that he used it like a pogo stick. Like he just got up on top. Guys, look at this. That looks so silly. Like, yeah, I get that it's a miracle, but like, does it have to look like that? It's so silly. When Lazarus Hurst jumped from the lighthouse and survived using the hidden golden idol, Master Angus McBain thought he had enough information to repeat the miracle and prevent Lazarus from becoming Griffin Reborn. He seized the staff from Lazarus and locked the lighthouse door to prevent foul play. However, he did not know all the secrets of the idol. It did not work for him, and Angus jumped to his death. That makes sense, because you have to do... Because the input, he used increase air, and so when you use... It would have been decrease air at the time, because the idol goes back and forth, right? So it couldn't have been repeated, even if he did know. Clever. The interrupted weekend at the doctor's salon. Ooh, a salon! Salons these days fill the same niche as salons in those days, where you go to talk about stuff. We know these people now. Do I remember who all of them? That man has blue hair. And pronouns, certainly. This man's dead. This man is not breathing and has a huge vertical wound in his forehead. Listen, apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Let's continue our discussion at noon. Leo. Dear friend, the elections are over, so let's uphold tradition and have a leisurely weekend at my place with you and Leopold to discuss the Prime Minister situation. Please join us on May 12th. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. A clean small sword. Is that?
This clue has been added to the thinking panel. This is such a mess. However will we clean the blood out of this rug?
That is! That's the servant from... That's the guy. Brian Walker, or whatever his name was.
That's Edmund Cloudsley's serving man. Oh, tea house, chess house, croquet field. Oh my gosh, a croquet field. Library, salon, flower beds, fountain.
Yeah!
Oh Lord, I did not expect something like this in our household.
A slightly grassy garden shears. This is a gardener.
Ha! Leopold, your plan to frame P'tu is sublime, but your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Constable, please escort this man out.
A ring with a ruby.
A clean doctor's scalpel. A clean small sword. A full glass of sherry. An almost empty glass of sherry. Someone was having sherry. A fallen bottle of sherry.
Someone was having sherry.
James, this is preposterous. You know damn well that he was killed by that Lemurian savage.
Oh yeah, this is the same letter. Dear friend, now the elections are over. Please join me for a leisurely weekend at my manor with good old Augustus and some other fine fellows. We will have some drinks and discuss what to do about the Prime Minister position. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. A clean small sword. This is Leopold.
Well, this is outrageous. I thought you were an honorable man, Leopold, not some Aquitanian agent trying to sabotage our friendly relationships with Lemuria and provoke a conflict.
A ring with a ruby. A clean small sword. That's a boomerang. Oh, a button. It do come from that shirt. Oh, he stole his life just like that. The doctor is a smart man since he saw through his lies. Dear friend, at one of the balls you said that you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks at my manor, and a prince from the 11th clan of Lemuria will be joining us. Please do us the honor of your company, too. Please kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. A clean small sword.
I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman. Dear Prince, I heard that you got invited to the party by the director of Seven Seas Company himself. I know you hate associating with these invaders and thieves, but this might be just the opportunity that we seek to reclaim our honor. Dear Prince, as you know, I am a great aficionado of Lemurian culture. It would be my pleasure to invite a member of the P'tu clan to spend a leisurely weekend at my estate with some of our own political dignitaries. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner.
A spicy-smelling ornamental box. I bet it smells like patchouli. A brownstone slate seal. A clean Lemurian war club.
Oh God, believe me, my lord, I do not feel comfortable arresting a prime ministerial candidate. I must ask you to follow me.
Arthur Faulkner, Constable number 1.
Testimonies. Oh boy, oh no, we're gonna have to remember this stuff. Oh boy. Let me get the names. Boy. Let me get their names. Lord Augustus, Mr. Hill.
A clean constable's pike. Okay, who we got here? Let's start with our constable, actually. Arthur Faulkner. I'm thinking of the Silt versus. Oh, and we did determine that this was Leopold. Leopold, whatever his name is. This is our Lemurian gentleman. Ergen... something.
Well, we'll see. Who's our dead man? Oh, we're still missing words. Psychoactive plants, drugged symptoms, spotty onion, an illusion of unity with the universe, increased appetite, hiccups, black poppy, sleepiness, whites of the eyes get a pink tint, Lemurian lichen, hyperconcentration on one thing, loss of perception of time, rapid blinking, redberry, surge of energy, vocalization of all your thoughts, twitching, aggression, black poppy, the eyes get a pink tint and you become sleepy. Well! Well! Sorry, this is Leopold. Huh, that's weird. I thought this was our guy. I swear, if his name is Spade, he's a gardener and his name is Spade, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we've missed one. The seals of the 12 Lemurian clans. Okay. Oh, we can go out here. The London Gazetteer. New Order Party, Loyalists, Moderates. Ah, I love that. Who will be the new Prime Minister? Election results, the New Order Party, the Moderates, and the Loyalists. I'm impressed that the New Order Party is doing so well. The New Order Party have the most MPs, but it's clear to the two old parties will form a coalition. This means either Loyalist leader Blanchard or Moderate leader Valentine will become the Prime Minister, leaving Lazarus Hearst and his party in the opposition. Oh. Somebody here is Lazarus Hearst. Rose bushes. Chrysanthemum bushes. An unfinished croquet match on a field. Oh, 2 cups of spicy smelling tea. One almost empty and the other one untouched. Interesting. We also have a chess game over here. Oh, is this game gonna expect me to know anything about chess? Well, let's find out! Oh, okay, so now we do have to go back and read all those testimonies. Okay, let's play everyone's favorite game. I'm becoming what? Prime Minister of England! Albion, sorry. This game takes place in a different reality. Okay, let's start here. Leopold claims that he had a glass of sherry with James in the library and became drowsy. That makes sense. His eyes are pink. As he was falling asleep, he saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door. That's also true. The prince there was thinking, oh, I hope he didn't see me. He woke up and he found the butler on the floor asleep. Woke up the butler, entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that the Lemurian was the murderer. Instructed the butler to raise the alarm. This is all true. So we know that the butler and he were in the salon when the body was found. Salon. What's Leopold's job? Wait, Alistair is the general. He played croquet with Ergen in the morning. They got bored and went to drink tea in the tea house. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. He saw Lord Alistair Koch lecture the butler, saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house, saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. I suspect Alistair Koch, rather, was in the chess house. Where are ya? This is our butler. Slightly difficult to understand what he says, potentially because of the challenges with our language. Claims that everything young Master Bell has said is absolutely correct. Is Bell Gideon Bell then? And is he blue hair? That seems like a name for a man like that. I don't want to be Prime Minister. Too bad! Oh, I actually need that newspaper outside again. Who's in charge of the moderates? Moderate leader, Valentine. This is Valentine, whatever his name is. This is, Alistair Koch. I remember his look. This guy is also from last time, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. Oh wait, is he James Turner then? The doctor? That makes sense. I'll need your testimonies again, sir. He drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning. Then he went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler. Okay. Ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry. Spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. And B, as the master of the house, he led the interrogation of the suspects. Claims that in the morning he practiced chess at the chess house and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together, and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised. So Alistair and the doctor were at the chess house. That means the general was at the chess house, and the doctor, hypothetically, was at the chess house when the body was discovered. Served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry, and that he and Lord Leopold had drank, and to go assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly was overcome by dizziness and fainted due to a weak heart. Was woken by Lord Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm. Then saw the deceased lying in the salon. That's the butler. I gotta stop doing that. The butler was in the salon. Planted and pruned all morning by the chrysanthemum bush. Oh, Billiam Spade! Billiam sounds exactly what I would want to name a guy. Saw the young gentleman and the foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. In the afternoon, moved the rose bush. From there, saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain around noon. Ah! Continued his work on his roses until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill. You are Mr. Hill. That is Billiam. Ah!
Body bang.
Alright, we hydrate his chest demands. And then a big stretch. Big stretch. Is your name really Podrick, my guy? I am so sorry, honey, if that's true. One of you guys has the last name Augustus. Wait, maybe you're Arthur Valentine. Oh, not even close.
Wait, no, Valentine is correct. And Leopold. Stop that. Leopold, Gideon, Ergen, James, Alistair, Podrick, William. Oh, these are all first names, so... This is everybody's first name. William, Podrick, Alistair, Leopold, James, Valentine, Arthur, Ergen, Gideon. Yeah, okay. Everybody's first name's in its place. It's just the surnames that I'm looking for. Blanchard. Oh, his name is Blanchard. Leopold Blanchard. Valentine is his last name. And so... Oh no, he wouldn't have a statement here because he's dead. Supposed to be Arthur Valentine then? Nope. Oh, Arthur Faulkner. Of course. Augustus. Do I have these fellas backwards somehow? These fellas backwards? I had those fellas backwards. We did it! Oh, welcome in, Trains! Prime Minister candidate is on the floor. He's not breathing, so probably he's not alive. The Loyalist was in the salon. The gardener was in the garden. The prince and the young man were behind the... They weren't at the chess house. They were just behind the manor. No, they were at the... maybe they were in the library, but I think they were at the chess house too. Everyone can't be at the chess house. Nope. Were you in the field? We'll figure it out tomorrow. Unless. Oh, somebody was at the tea house. I think they were at the tea house then. Let's try tea house. Okay. I put field already. I'm so close. I know there's something I'm missing that I'm not thinking of. Well, whatever. We'll figure that out next time because that is the end of the night. Thank you for bearing with me for all the scuff at the beginning. All it took was reinstalling OBS. Apparently. But that is it for tonight. It is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure. Bear with me while I figure out how I get out of this game. I did it. I wizard. I am a wizard. Alright. We are going on a little adventure, as one does. Where are we going? There's got to be some folks I haven't seen in a little while.
Oh, I know who we'll visit. Ba-dum-bum. We're gonna go raid Beat. Beat's commenting on old Aw. Wait. Maybe. 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 There's gotta be... Ooh, actually, I lied. I want to go see Animal Well. It's a good game. And I think you guys will like it. We're gonna go to visit Afterglow in Pharos. On Ampharos. Alright, we're gonna go see a Pokemon pretend to be a more different animal. That is it for tonight, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow for Phoenix Wright, probably, I think. That seems right. Okay. Thanks for playing